What's up? What's up? This is In My Circle with Ralph, also known as Ralphie Rotten, also known as DJ Noise. We're on YouTube now. You guys know me from Hamilton Radio. Tonight I have an exciting guest. This is from season 1, Corey Sims from Lego Masters. What is up, Corey? How was everything?
What's going on, man? Thank you for the invite. Happy to be here.
It's a pleasure to having you. You know, I know you're really busy. I constantly see you on Facebook. I see you on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere, and you are like teaching the masses. You're working with everybody, and everybody is amazing. I mean, because you're just continuing to spread the love of Lego. I mean, you inspire and you keep inspiring, man. It's like the love you have for Lego is real. I mean, and I love Lego. I mean, I brought two of my coolest things. I love Lego. You
I
know,
see you.
My two goats. I only have the two. I was telling my producer that how the value behind them and why the story behind them. And he was like, what? So they just mysteriously lost it? And I said, yeah, they just mysteriously lost it, died to make another. And it's like, well, maybe somebody stole it. That's all they're telling us, that they lost it. So that's what we're going to go by. He's going to join us in a minute. But he when I told him it was $100 a pop for each one, he's like, what? And I said, yeah, it's real.
It's real. That goat is real. It's crazy how real it is.
And how I got it, I didn't buy the set. I went thrifting, a thrift shop, and there was a big bag of Lego, and they wanted $50 for it. And a blind bag of Lego for $50, you don't know what's in it.
Exactly.
Even though it's a clear bag, you really don't know what's in it. So, I'm sitting there with my cell phone light, and I'm like, and I seen a cow, and I said, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I seen 2 cows. I was like, okay, I'll buy it. The 2 cows alone are like $25 a piece. I'm like, okay, I'll take that.
Then you make your money back right there.
Right? And I pulled out these. I was like, oh my God. I said, I just hit the lottery. Like, my wife looked at me like, what? And when I told her they were $100, she was like, what? So yeah, it's true. And
it don't make sense, but it makes sense.
To us, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we know it doesn't make sense, but we know it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the Lego world that we're in, that we understand. So, a quick question. Well, a couple questions.
Yeah, man.
Growing up, how did you get into Lego?
Man, it started with me when I was around 5 years old. Mm-hmm. I used to go to the daycare center, and my mom would drop me off, and I would gravitate to a big bucket of Lego, and I would just sit there all day, and I would just put pieces together. I didn't read any books. I didn't interact with any of my friends. I just went right to Lego, and I would just build all day. And somehow, some way, whatever I build in school ended up at my house. Now, I don't know how it got there. I mean, I was 5 years old. I don't know how it got there, but my mom started seeing that stuff accumulating. She's like, yo, talking to my dad, like, yeah, we need to get him some Lego because this kid is stealing Legos out the daycare center. So she, they got me, this big tub of Lego that they got from like a Salvation Army or something like that. And, that got me into just building. So I was just building creatively. And then I started getting sets. And then, that just sparked my interest even more. And then, the rest is history. I just stayed with the craft. I love it.
What did it for me, and, growing up, I had Lego, that's what did it for me was getting my first pirate set. Was the Raft Raiders. I got, it was a little raft. It was a little dinghy raft with a little sail, and it was like 3 or 4 pirates, and I think a monkey, and it was just a cool little dinghy, and that's what sparked the whole interest of Lego. Then I got more sets and more sets after that, and like I started accumulating. And before, I'd get sets, and I wouldn't even build the set. I would just build my own like creations. And before you know it, all these old vintage sets are all in your, and you don't even know it. But that's what Lego means, is to continue to build. And
that's right.
Like it's probably one of the best toys, because when we were talking about the pandemic. Over the pandemic, before we closed, a couple days before we closed, I went thrifting, and I pulled out pieces of the Black Seas Barracuda, the original.
Wow.
And, so I had almost 45% of it, 60%, maybe 45%. So the next day we get shut down, and I'm like, oh man, what am I gonna do? We're shut down. So Corey, this is our producer and owner.
Hey, Corey, welcome.
How you doing, sir?
How you doing?
Yeah. Good.
Well, thanks for waiting for Never Ready over here.
Never Ready. No, it was. In all fairness, I did text him at 4 o'clock today.
Yeah.
4 o'clock. I did text him today. 4 o'clock.
So instead of 24 hours, he gave me 240 minutes.
But the great thing is that we made it on here. We made it on
bro.
here.
Welcome,
Absolutely.
Corey. Pleasure, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey, man, I love your sneaker collection out there, man. They got a sneaker for every hour over there.
Listen, man. Honestly, it started off as a peer pressure. That's my son back there. It started off as peer pressure amongst friends, and then I started going to these conventions, right? And because I go to these conventions as a Lego Master contestant, I get invited to all types of conventions. So it started like picking up like, okay, well,
Excuse me.
what if I had kicks for every convention that I go to? I always wear blazers, shirt and ties and everything like that. So then it just started picking up from there. Like, I like this color. I like that color. Ooh, let me get this color. So that way I go to these. Every time I go, I got like at least 10 to 20 people. They'd be like, "Yo, what sneakers you got on today?" And I'm like, "Got on these joints." They're like, those are dope. So it just kind of it's building on the brand that Lego Masters started. It's like where you go from the platform that they gave you. How do you continue on with that platform? You can either go back to regular life, or you can make a career out of it. And I chose to make a career out of it. So
right.
This is all an investment behind me. When this is all done, this goes right on StockX and
I'll cook it out and everything.
The sneaker thing is insane.
It is insane.
Like
that's like the nerd version of when I was working before I retired. 6 years ago, me they call us the nerd peer pressure. I guess you call it right. We were competing how big is hard drive we can get. like
that makes sense.
I got 6 terabytes now, man. Like, I just bought. At the time it was like 4 terabytes. But I got 4 terabytes. Like, ooh, that beat you on the 6. That's the nerd version of.
That's crazy.
Well, the sneaker thing is what it was saying is how they authenticated. The guy sniffs it, and I'm like, I mean, you don't know how many feet has been in there, and they put they're looking for that fake glue smell. I get it.
Oh, that's right.
But they're they legitimately sniffed it. Like it's big business. And the Space Jam Nikes, right? That Jordan wore on $1 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Not making it up.
He wore, or
the ones that he wore on set for the movie.
Oh,
signed, right? Signed or something.
Yep.
Or just given to they were signed or just given to
the person.
One or the other. They're in this glass case, and they're worth $1 million.
Wow.
Insane.
Imagine you can set your life on a pair of sneakers.
And then there's a pair called the Freddy Kruegers.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, those dunks, insane.
Right? See,
insane money.
I know the lingo. I just don't know what the sneaker.
I didn't know Freddy Krueger had a pair of
it's
sneakers.
like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 for them, right?
Yeah, I think the last time I checked, it was $70K.
See?
Wow.
$70K for those
$70,000.
because
Wow.
they're limited edition. Number one, they're Freddy Krueger, so Nightmare on Elm Street. And you know they only make like Nike will make a limited edition. They may make like 100 pairs and put those out in the world. So if you're just so lucky to be able to catch it on release day,
Yep.
which is
Right.
rare, you know, then you got a gold mine. You sit on that for a few years. Like I got the Lost and Founds right last year, and right now those sneakers they were going for 180 retail. Right now they're getting up to like 1,000 in you know
Yo, I'm in
restock
the
value,
wrong,
whatever.
I'm in the wrong business. Well, at least I know this pair of sneakers, my
Yeah,
2016 Induct Kids, triple white Griffies. They're
Yeah.
dirty. These are my crap kickers. I'm not gonna say the curse word.
yeah,
These are my crap kickers. I can sell these for $100 right now.
off the rip.
Easy.
Yeah,
And I paid 25 for them. I paid 25 for them. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
it's people will buy them just like that.
Really?
we'll buy them.
It's
Yep.
it's crazy. It's crazy.
You think they'll buy
It's a
my
crazy
crappy
culture.
sneakers that I got from the Nike outlet store
Well, when did you buy them?
3 years ago?
They might.
I'm still wearing them.
No. Well, you can't wear like you got to no. Like he said, like if they're a special release.
Oh, nah. Here's nothing
and
special.
You get 'em, yeah.
The only special release was that I didn't have to release $70 out of my pocket, only 40. That's the only special.
Speaking of special releases,
Yeah,
do you do the same with
Oh, hold on.
Lego sets?
I do. I would say
Yo, I
this.
just started getting into that.
like last year.
The pandemic did it.
Like
to me.
last year, I was heavy into the release dates.
Yeah.
So release date sets, first of the month, I'm in line, or I hit up my Lego store like, yo, you guys got this? How many do you have in stock? I'm on the way. And you know, and I'll go straight there. And one of my boys, he would have it sit to the side because he knows I'm coming straight for it. And I'll
And
come in.
and it's crazy. You got like straight VIP. You be like, hey, this is me. Do you use that a little, or do you just
That's a myth.
so they make you wait in line anyway, right?
They make you wait in line. You know, Lego Master.
Yo, Lego doesn't play. They don't
You wait in
really give
line
no
like everybody else.
get discounts. Nothing.
Nothing. We get no discounts. The VIP program, we under the same program. Granted, we have been not protesting, but there have been a few Lego masters who have been advocating for Lego to say, hey, you know, we're bringing more business to Lego because
You guys
of
are making it cool again.
right because us being on TV and everything like that. So surely there's something that you guys can do extra, you know, for us. So Lego has been entertaining the idea. I'll say
Like give
that.
you some freaking flyer miles, extra miles. You know, like let you get you a free tour, all paid expense trip to
Legoland?
Legoland. You know, have you been there?
I have not been there yet.
See what like
Sadly.
right? Like you're a Lego master. We consider you as Lego because you were on the show. Anybody, it's like you know, like the show Big Brother. Anybody that gets to Big Brother, it's a Big Brother legend because you got onto the show. So you are considered Lego Master royalty. You're a Lego Master. So like they should take you over there. You know, like it'd be cool.
Well, you know what it is? I'll tell you this story real quick. When our season aired, there was a plan to get, because this was when Legoland New York was about to open. And they said, hey, we're going to try to get everybody from the season to come up there for the grand opening. So they had it all set up. They had, hotels ready. They were about to start booking flights.
And then the
pandemic hit.
Yep.
Everything shut down. So that idea was out the window. Season 2 came. That idea was still out the window. Season 3 came, and that was the rise of the influencers. So the Twitch influencers, the YouTube influencers, the TikTok influencers, they shifted their attention from Lego Masters to Lego influencers. So they have been giving them, you know, they could come through to Legoland and everything like that, be part of 2K and everything. So they gave them the red carpet treatment that should have been laid out for the first season.
Absolutely, 100%.
You know, so you know that's kind of where we are right now in the grand scheme of things. Like, yeah,
That's
we're
crazy.
big, but we're not TikTok big. Well, at least some of us are not TikTok big. We're not YouTube big. We're not Twitch big. We're just TV big. And TV it only shows you one demographic as opposed to TikTok where you're reaching people all over the world simultaneously. So that's just how the chips fall, man.
and it's amazing because you literally right down the street, literally almost right down the street from us. It's not that far.
Right.
We're not gonna give no coordinates, but
he's out there.
You're like a half-hour ride from us, and you're like just the coolest guy at the shows, the coolest guy you could easy Of course, our friend Manny. Happy birthday to Manny. Today's
happy birthday, brother. Yeah, man.
Yeah, happy birthday.
But you guys are like the easiest guys to approach. Is like the nicest, like it. And you've never let the being on TV or anything like change you. It's just you are the same, humble, chill, cool guy. Like it's so amazing.
I appreciate that.
I respect that. I respect that about you. Second big question. What was your best creation and why? And when? When and why?
Wow.
And I'm talking about mock. It could be a build, mock. It could be a build or a mock. Anything. What was your best? Why and when was it around?
Okay, that's a great question. I have a few that comes to mind. Okay, I would say I have two that comes to mind. Comic-Con 2019. I wanted to go so I ordered this Infinity Gauntlet. I've seen it all over the internet. Big Infinity Gauntlet and everything like that, movable hand. That came out. I ordered it. I got scammed. They sent me a rubber glove, like those cleaning rubber gloves with rhinestones on it.
Really?
So I got my money back, because I ain't stupid. So I was like, all right, 2 weeks until Comic-Con, what am I going to do? I have a whole bunch of Lego at home. I'm like, you know what? It'd be pretty dope. I'm going to build me an Infinity Gauntlet out of Lego.
Wow.
So I went ahead, built the wrist, built the forearm, built the hands.
So wait a minute, did you inspire that?
I can't say.
Okay,
what
all right.
did not.
No, say less. Say less.
Yeah. So
Nice. That's
at
nice.
the time, Lego didn't have a lot of pearl gold or flat gold pieces that I can use for the glove. So I did something that a lot of purists will frown upon, and I don't do this anymore. But I spray painted my joint. I spray painted the whole thing gold, and I kept the gems on there and everything like that. And I put this thing on, and when I went to Comic-Con, people were losing their mind. Like people taking pictures with me. They were like, "Yo, this is Lego." I was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy," And then, it leads me to my actual creation, because that was the prelude to the actual creation. Lego came out with the official set. Like years later, like 2 years later, came out with the official set.
That's respect that you inspire. That you inspire them. That's insane. God bless, brother.
Yeah. That's awesome.
know, and I end up buying two of those sets, and then I built the actual gauntlet.
Nice.
Because this is after the show, and I believe that once you're on a show called Lego Masters, you have to be able to build anything out of Lego, without depending on changing the color, gluing it up, all that stuff.
Did you build the out of the gauntlet the rings? Did you make? I'm sorry, I missed it. But did you build them out of the Lego itself, just the ring part, like the gems, or did you?
The gems, yep, gems as well.
Gems.
So they have transparent. They have like
gold.
different transparent pieces that could do it. Yeah.
Okay.
He spray painted it gold and took it to Comic-Con, and everybody loved it. Like,
went crazy.
And so years later, because when I just asked him, I said, "Wait a minute, did you inspire?" He was like, "I can't say nothing," but Lego came out with one.
Oh,
he did it first.
The first.
So
wow.
we're gonna.
You should have said patent pending.
What I've learned about Lego, because I've had a lot of conversations with Lego, because I'm using Lego.
Right.
I wouldn't say it's automatically their idea,
Right.
But because I'm using,
Their product.
they
You
can
can't
say,
patent it.
hey, we like that idea. We're going to use it.
Right.
And I can't say, well, I put a patent on it. I can't do any of that.
No, you can't.
They have that already locked in.
Right.
If you look at that fine print on those boxes, in that fine print, it says,
All ideas.
yeah, they own
That's
it.
like the guy who inspired the flowers.
Yes.
We know
Exactly.
we know who he is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
He can't say
Yep.
nothing, but like
You know, it kind of goes. It's like the artist imitating the art, and then vice versa. So we're the artists that use the material to create art. Lego sees it, and they say, "Hey, we're gonna utilize that." You won't get any credit for it, but at least you have the timestamp that shows you've been rocking with this before we officially came out with it.
the only company they mess with is the military company, the
Brickmania.
Brickmania. They because like I'm not gonna lie, they make some sick stuff.
Yo, Brickmania is big.
Like
It's
they
big. Lego
humongous.
can't even shut them down. They big.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what they
So-
do is they rebrand. I mean, not rebrand, but they rebuild their own mocks, like tanks, military, and like they paint right. They mock their own rebrand. Like they'll take a Lego and then like paint over it and then make their own like officers,
Sure,
and they'll
right.
do release dates. And you like right, it's like 10 of them special
Yep.
release dates, and they're worth like $400 or $500 these
Wow.
Grip.
That's-
Yeah, a
That's
grip.
insane.
Because they know that Lego will never do any militarized
Yeah.
sets. It will never do any militarized sets.
because of the World War II, they didn't want to get involved, so they
Right.
said we're never going to sponsor any kind of military kind of stuff.
Right.
They said
So
we're always going to keep
that's a
it-
vacuum that Brickmania just filled, and they're
That's
filling
insane.
that vacuum up.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like
Hey, Corey, you
Yeah.
got to excuse me. I'm also controlling the audio in the back.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
yeah,
Not a
right?
problem, man.
Like they take regular Lego and put a amazing like build like it's how they call what do they call it? They call it a kit, a build kit,
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yep.
and they'll sell
Packaging and everything.
and they'll sell it to you $250.
Really?
Same Lego,
With the bill kit.
Yep.
but
Because the
you're,
kit.
No.
but this is the instruction thing.
Ah.
There's a lot of companies that are doing that. Another one is Bricker Builds. They do large scale brick build characters. So they'll do Mario, Pikachu, like all these different characters that Lego will never sell a set. That's a brick built set. You will never see that from Lego. It's just too costly. It's just too much pieces. It's too heavy shipping. They will never do something like that. They will build it and they will send it to like Lego stores, but you will never find a Lego set like that. Bricker Builds found an opening like, oh, Lego's not going to do that. We'll do that. So now Lego doesn't get in their way, but they what did they tell me? They said Lego is okay with them utilizing Lego pieces, doing these different things. They just got to make sure whatever character that they're getting ready to release, that it doesn't go against Lego's philosophy. Because then that's when Lego could probably step in if it's going against their philosophy. So if they did like some blood and guts character or something like a
Exactly.
Spawn or something like that,
Oh,
you know,
gotcha.
that's a problem. That could be a problem, you know. But I mean, a lot of companies are doing it.
It's
me-
crazy, man.
Did you ever go watch the Lego movie?
Oh, of course,
Oh.
of course.
You probably watched all of them, right? What was it? Is there
Yeah.
like 4 now?
I would say 2 official Lego movies, and then you have like spin-offs like Batman,
The Lego Batman.
Batman.
and you know, Ninjago and stuff like that.
Yeah. There's like,
You know, the first Lego movie is what, like, you know, so not everyone, but some people have dark ages, right? So for me, dark ages came when N64 was released. Like once N64 was released and Mario 64 came out, that was the end of my relationship with Lego because I got into video games and that spun into playing sports and then finding out that
My
there's
dark ages.
sex, you know, all that stuff. So it spun out and Lego just became a hobby that I go to sometimes, but then I was doing reading comic books, playing video games, doing sports in school, and all that other stuff. And it just continued on for me until I became an adult. And I got back into Lego 3 ways. One, fashion. I started making Lego brooches, which I call Brago. I started making those, just out of a necessity, because I wanted to wear something and I couldn't find anything, so I wore these Lego cufflinks as a lapel. And
That's cool.
everybody was like, "Yo, that's a dope lapel and everything." Yeah. And my boy who looked at it, he was like, "Bro, that's a cuffling, man." I was like, "Yeah, I know." He was like, "Man, somebody should really make a lapel." And I was like, "Oh shoot, yeah, you're right." So it got me into that. Second thing was Lego Speed Champions. I found Lego Speed Champions in a Toys R Us. Right before Toys R Us went down. I was walking through Toys R Us looking for a toy for a birthday party. I went to the Lego section. I was like, "Yo, Lego got race cars now?" That got me in. And then I watched the Lego movie and I was just like, "Yo, I'm hooked. I'm back." And then Lego came right back for me. It just came flowing right back in. I was like, I got to get all the sets that I couldn't get, a few years back.
It becomes addiction. It becomes an addiction.
Makes you Legos
just like that.
Legos are just not for stepping on your toes anymore.
Oh man, you become immune to that, man.
I still do.
You become immune to that. You're able to step on it a certain way so it doesn't hurt as much. You get better at these things, man.
Yeah, you know how to tippy toe better.
Exactly.
We were talking about the Dark Ages. Ages. I went through maybe about two Dark Ages. My teens. Chasing girls on bikes. High school, and then out of high school, and then my early, then out of high school, I guess when I had my own place, I don't know, I don't remember. I don't know if I had Lego, but when I moved back to my mom's, I had my Lego. I remember I had my Lego, and it was just my old castle build, and it was just sitting there and collecting dust. I was like, one day I'll build something, and I don't know what it was. I think it was eBay, and I seen castle sets and stuff for sale for cheap, and I bought them. And I said, one day I'll build a castle. And in 2012, me and my wife, we separated for a little bit, and we got back together in 9 months. And my daughter pulled out Barbie and said, "Hey, Daddy, can we play Barbies?" And I said, "Can you give me an hour? I'll be right back." And I went to my storage, because all my stuff was in storage, and I started digging out my Lego in my totes. And I pulled all my totes, and I said, "Can I show you what I used to play with when I was a kid?" And she goes, "Yeah." So I pulled out cars, and she goes, "Ooh, Daddy, let's build a city." So now we have a city. I pulled out the knights. She goes, "Daddy, let's build a castle." So yeah, I have some castles. And what else? I pulled out the pirates, and she goes, "You need to get some ships." Now I got a lot of ships. So because of her, she pulled me in 2012 out of the Dark Age. And so then I started, the modular sets and stuff. And she pulled me out of that. And then I fell back into it slightly. And then my son pulled me back into it. It's amazing how you can forget something that you love. And one thing, like you said, racing champions, you're like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, let me get that. And now I sell Lego off and on eBay.
Right.
I just group them. However I do, I just get, sell them on eBay. And I do thrifting and stuff. But, sometimes, you don't want to sell everything. And, instead of selling things, you're surrounded in this man cave with figurines all over the place. And I'm like, I tell my wife, I'm going to sell stuff. And, one day she said, you need a store. You need your own store. And I said, not yet, but we should one day. So I get the addiction of, I understand the Dark Ages. I get the addiction. I mean, and I love it. I love it. I mean, it's an amazing toy that, you can pick up as a kid, and then you pick it up as an adult, and you pick up right where you left off. That's the amazing thing about it. And it just keeps inspiring and teaching other people.
Exactly.
It's just an amazing toy. So you said you were really, really busy. So where can they see you? You know, where can they see, you know, if viewers is watching, when can they see you? Where can they see you, you know, for some of your podcasts or anything like that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Sam's Brego. That's where you can find me. That's where I'm on everything. SAMZBREGO. Honestly, I do a little podcast with another Lego master, Mel Brown.
Oh, okay.
Iceberg on the Iceberg Bricks channel. We talk about all types of stuff Lego related and stuff like that. We kind of real in our conversations sometimes. He gets a little bit too real, and I'm like, yo, man. He's like, we're still under that brand, man.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's why. That's
can't be
why.
going
Like,
crazy.
I didn't say any bad words. I didn't say
but
I didn't want to say anything crazy because, you know, we have the word Lego attached to the show, and you know, I don't want the wrong people watching it and getting the wrong idea.
That's
you
right.
know,
right.
You know,
Right.
Like for instance,
Then I appreciate that.
We'll auction off one of these goats right now. $2.
Yo.
No.
no, $1,000.
Bro, don't do that. You are gonna get people flooding in.
Yeah, people
Listen,
will be crawling out. $2.
$2.
I'll take that.
you can't do that, man. Not with no goat.
He doesn't
I
know.
need a
He doesn't know
taco.
how crazy the goat is.
You don't
It's
understand.
insane
You don't
that the
understand.
little plastic thing, right? And it's so fragile. You know,
Because
Man.
they legitimately lost the die.
and it's amazing that they lost the die, but yet you
It's
can
only
still,
one set ever.
but you can still make a die plate out of this.
But it's expensive. It's expensive, right? Or something like that.
Big time.
Like
Big
two
time.
three hundred
That's why
thousand
they don't.
dollars.
That's why they don't do it.
Wow.
Way too expensive.
So somebody must have stole the die, I would assume. Right?
They're like Lego in Denmark. They're very
Strict.
That's like
yeah,
strict.
it's like
Top
Fort, it's like
secret.
Fort Knox, right?
Yeah.
Or like
yeah. Nobody's stealing anything out of that.
Yeah,
Right,
so
they
how,
had- they-
yeah,
they-
that's
they-
what's crazy because how did you lose it if they have such a tight knit like where they print the money?
It is like Fort Knox,
Yeah.
right? Like they have a
Yeah.
vault, right, with all old vintage
Yeah.
sets still in boxes.
Every set,
So
every
how-
set ever made.
So how irresponsible is it?
I know I have a few friends who now work at Lego, who was on our season 1, Lego Masters,
Mhm.
and they've been to that vault. They said, "Listen, every set that I thought of as a kid, I go into the vault. It's right there. They have every set from, I think 1979, if I'm not
Insane.
mistaken,
Insane.
to present,
Wow.
and it's crazy. Say in the box as as they're manufacturing, they take up the first box for manufacturing, put it right into the vault.
Wow.
It's insane. Like
That's insane.
It's and that's why I say it's such a unique thing. It's and that's why they say it's like what's the age limit? 5 to
0 to
99?
99.
0 to
Yeah,
99.
0 to 99.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think it's 5 to 9 because they're such small pieces that.
Yeah, like it's like
Well, yeah, well,
Swallow-
Yeah,
of
yeah.
swallow
course.
it. Yeah, I think it's like 3 or
Yeah.
5 or something like that because like.
Well, we're talking about he said 0 because the kids
Yeah.
get the Duplo sets and they're bigger, you know, so they're allowed to have. Let's see, he's got the little kid
Oh,
sets.
I forgot about those. Okay.
the Duplo sets.
The Vupo sets.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you get
The unswallables.
yeah.
Yeah, they're unswallables. Yes, exactly.
So that's why the range is
Right.
0
This
to
is actually
99.
Okay.
this is actually a gift right here. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Listen, Corey, it has been amazing. Thank you for
Pleasure, Corey.
Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on to the show. We're gonna have you back
appreciate
one of
that,
these
man.
days. I know we
You could probably
the
have
way
the other guy come on. They can probably.
the way we met, right, was at a convention.
Yeah,
I was walking
yeah.
around with my son. My son was like, "I want this, I want that," and
Yep.
I had the pleasure of meeting you, Manny, and Manny's father. You
Pops.
guys,
Yep.
it's amazing. Like, and it's definitely 100% respect how you guys handle yourself. Very professional.
Thank you.
You guys represent the brand. I'm not obviously I'm no ambassador, but you guys represent the brand the way it should be. Like the way you guys make it cool. You guys make it cool for adults to say, yeah, I like Lego too. You know what I'm saying? Like You know, because
That's
you look like us. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can relate.
I don't know. He's more black than you, and you're more white than he is.
Well, I'm talking. He knows I'm referencing Manny. Manny is and his father. You know.
Yeah.
You know, they look like us because
I'm just jiving him, right?
no, he always breaks them. He always breaks them. He always breaks them.
Oh man. Nah, but listen, man, we gotta come on the show, man, because I know where you got, like, when you told me where you were, is that the nighttime is hard for me with, you know, because I'm here with my son, but you know, weekends, or you know, if I could work out something with my wife, get, you know, schedule going, I would love to be in the studio with you guys, man.
We can probably do a double show. We can have maybe hot takes. Yeah.
Well, he comes on later.
Or we can set something special where he can come and do it on both shows.
You could do late.
He can't do late. You can't do late at all, right?
Not on the weekdays.
Yeah.
Weekends, but not on the weekdays.
Oh yeah, because he's on, like tonight. He only does like certain specials during the week, but he has to be at work by 2. That's why. But you can do something with them and come in. You know, we could do like a special.
Yeah, we could probably do a special. Yeah,
come in 2024.
Like on a weekend that you're not
bring in the guy. You know, come into 2024. We could do a special.
Yeah, morning. I could do mornings. I could do early afternoons.
We'll do early afternoons. I don't do mornings.
Yeah, he don't do mornings.
I'm asleep in the morning. While y'all get ready to go to work, I'm just going to bed.
I hear you.
Yeah, we could probably.
But we could do maybe like a Sunday or something like that.
Yeah, that works for me.
That you're not that you're not.
Church,
you know, I know you still do a lot of the weekend conventions. Still,
I do.
Right?
I do. Yeah. Oh yeah, man. My schedule for 2024 is looking crazy.
Wow.
You know, that's a good crazy.
Oh yeah,
it's a blessed crazy.
Yeah, don't be disappointed.
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Oh yeah, I'm not. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm so ready.
Yeah,
you know?
any Sunday that you know that you're free.
We'll come to a medium somewhere.
Yeah,
come 2024.
Yeah.
I know. I'm supposed to be going down to Florida for a convention. Political convention, the week of February 1st through the 8th, one that got canceled. Supposed to go down the first week of April. So maybe January, February, we could set something up around that time. You know,
okay.
that you're not going to the convention and hopefully there's not a snowstorm or something like that.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. But I know my February's, I got like 2 or 3 conventions I'll be going to.
Right.
In February alone, you know. Right. So, but there's a space in between.
Well,
we'll see.
We'll see. What I'll do is I'll throw out a couple of days to Ralph.
Okay.
And I'll set it on a time where we have an empty afternoon, and we'll play it that way.
Because we've done improv specials.
Yeah.
Where I come on a different day because. Remember, it's a podcast,
right?
So we could throw it on at any time. You know, that's so
right.
Yeah. Well, Corey, it was a pleasure, my friend,
sir.
And you're always welcome. Thank you,
Corey.
Thank you.
I got to go out and close the show.
He's gonna close the show.
Well, he's actually gonna close the show. I got to shut things
down
for this.
Corey, it's definitely a pleasure to have you on.
Man.
Much respect to you. You're definitely a Lego master. And I'm a fan of yours. As well as all the other Lego masters, of course, more of a fan of you and Manny and his father because I know you guys personally. It's definitely a blessing to just happen to bump into you guys at the convention. It's just much respect, 100%. I hope you have a great year coming up. I know you say you're busy, and I look forward to you talking to you again. I look forward to shooting the stuff on Facebook, the comments and stuff. It's a pleasure. You have a great night.
Absolutely.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays as well.
See you soon. See you soon, brother.
Hey, man. All right, brother.
And keep building.
Always. Listen. I'm always building. There we go.
Nice. Always building, man. Right now, the build I'm working on is the Barracuda Bay. But I'm skipping the bay part.
Yeah.
And I'm just going straight to the ship.
Going right for the Barracuda. There you go.
So it's taking me 3 years, but
listen, man, as long as it gets done.
It's gonna get done.
That's
you have a great night. Appreciate it. And
Yeah, man.
next time I'll have both Barracudas on.
Sweet.
All right, have a great night, brother.
All right, bro. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Nice. What do you think? That was great, huh?